Ron Harris here from MuscleElement.com. We are finally wrapping up a very long weekend here in Tampa at the Tampa Pro. Coverage brought to you by High-Tech Pharmaceuticals. This was a record-setting show. It had 290 pros in all those lovely divisions that we have these days. Open and masters, tons and tons of athletes. Tonight was the last of everything. It was bikini, masters bikini, women's bodybuilding, and men's open bodybuilding, the big show. So we're just going to talk about the bodybuilding because me and Mike are meatheads.
Yes, we are.
So Big Mike Cox, we just interviewed Alina Popa, so you got to check that out. That's going to be up. But what did you think about Alina's comeback tonight? That was the first time we've seen her in how long? 2 years?
2016 was her last show, did the Wings of Strength Championship. She was flawless. I mean, wasn't too hard, nice fullness, detailed, presented her physique phenomenally. Posing routine was excellent. There were some girls that were really muscular, and they kind of placed a little bit lower. So kind of the judges kind of chose the girls that had a good overall look, weren't too hard, weren't too vascular, but Alina killed it, man. It was phenomenal. She deserved, well-deserved comeback.
And she will go on in 5 weeks to the Rising Phoenix show that Wings of Strength puts on. And she's going to be going for $50,000 and a convertible Corvette. So, when it was a Jeep, I was like, big deal. I don't want a Jeep. But now I'm kind of jealous. I like that Corvette. Okay, so men's open bodybuilding, pretty decent lineup. It was 23 guys. We're only going to talk about the top six. Sixth place was this monster, Rashid Oldiker. Good Lord, this was a giant of a man. Not the prettiest body, but wow.
He's got a shock value when he walks out on stage, and he dried out from this morning. Yeah. When he came out this afternoon, tonight, wow. It was, you sat there and just shook your head because he's got Olympia muscle. He can compete with some really top-name guys. He just has to get that condition. If he would have showed up this morning like he did tonight, would have been a different ballgame. He would have walked away with the show. Nobody's touching that guy on size here. You just hope he pulls it together one day because he's got like that old school, dense Ronnie Coleman type muscle. He's not Ronnie Coleman.
No.
But he's got that dense kind of muscle that Ronnie had, that really heavy muscle, heavy density to him.
And I'm going to give him one word of advice if he hears this. Get with somebody who's a really good posing coach. Rashid would look even better if he knew how to present himself better. And I don't think a lot of guys realize how important it is. But when the posing's kind of awkward, it takes away. And I think he might have even snuck up a spot, or maybe two, had he presented himself better. So that spot did go to fifth place was Sergey Kulaev from Russia. Peter McGuff is kind of sticking his tongue out at me. Usually people just flip me off. Peter, do you want to step in and say a word or two? I love this guy. Yeah. General impressions of the show before I let you go, sir.
I think it was one of the best in-depth lineups we've seen in a long time. Yeah. Everybody basically was in shape, really good shape. There was no billowing stomachs, a couple of exceptions. But how many shows have we watched in the last few years and thought, there's only 3 or 4 guys in shape?
All of them.
Yeah. These guys, everybody brought it. I mean, even people like Brad Rowe and people, they were all in shape, I mean, condition-wise, it was tremendous.
Now, did you have Alexis winning?
In the afternoon, I couldn't make up my mind. It was so close. In the evening, I think Alexis improved just a little bit more than Sergio improved. And I think normally we have this cliche Conceição won from the back. He won it from the front this time. Yes. I mean, he can stand next to really top guys from the front. Back's something he's got to work on. And but what a great story for Sergio to be in the Olympia for people like us. The Olympia needed a boost. A story. He's going to bring the house down when he walks out,
I felt terrible. I want him to win just because he came so close in his hometown, Chicago, and I know how badly he wanted that win. I was like hoping he would just let him win this. Please let him win this. And he didn't. So at least he's going to the Olympia. But sentimentally, I wanted Sergio to win. It's nothing against Alexis at all. Yeah. And I'm not a fanboy of Sergio. I wanted to see him win. But I think the judges did the right thing.
Yeah, and it's for me, I saw Sergio Senior compete. Now to see the son, it's the first, and it's they're so different in personality, though. Let me tell you that.
Yes.
He's Sergio is his mother's son in personality. No, I'm not going to say anything. But
were you able to see Sergio when he was Mr. Olympia?
No, I never saw. After he'd won Mr. I saw him at the 1971 Mr. Universe. I saw him in '84 in New York, yeah. But not, I didn't see him win an Olympia. But I've never had a reaction. You know, I'd seen all the magazines and seen pictures of Sergio, and he's stupendous, you know, the billiard cue shot and everything. But when he walked out, I just went like that. Honestly, I went back in my seat. I just never seen this roundness and muscle hanging off him, triceps and the back. And, you know, obviously it was accentuated by the small bone structure and the humongous muscles. I'd never seen anything like it. And maybe 3 times in, 40-odd years now, I've had that feeling, you know, and it always lives in the memory, you know. And I think when he walks out, we'll have another moment to talk about, yeah.
I just want to throw in the one bit of Sergio trivia I do know. I believe he's the only Olympia champion to win with no opposition. One year, 1968, he showed up and nobody would compete against him.
That's it.
So he just walked out and they gave him his trophy and said, see ya.
Yeah, because, I mean, Larry Scott is very honest. He won in 65 and 66. And he retired then. He said, because here comes Sergio. That was basically it. That's how good he was, you know. Yeah.
Peter, thank you. Your lovely wife Anne has been patient while I stole you for a moment. Appreciate you being here. It's great seeing you again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
You're looking well. Excellent to
feeling
see you as
well.
always.
And you two Mike and you did a tremendous job today. Your photography is you know, I mean, really.
No formal training and a crappy iPhone 7 where the battery was almost dying on me all weekend.
But and Mike, you know, it was tremendous, the play-by-play and everything you've done. So I'll say goodbye.
Goodbye, Peter.
And we'll see you at the Olympics.
I'll see you at the Muscle Vodka pool party in the morning. No?
Oh yeah, we'll see you.
Okay. I keep dropping that pool party thing. I'm sorry. Clearly I'm thinking about it. So 4th place, Justin Rodriguez, who is so much bigger. The one thing I noticed about him is he is starting to get some abdominal distension. So Justin, please take care of that, because one of the things I loved about this guy's physique was that he had a tight waist, and certain shots like his front double bicep were just crazy because of that small waist. And if he loses that waist permanently, it's not going to be a good thing. So I'd like to see that waist come back down. Still impressive, but yeah, not as impressive as when the waist was a little tighter.
He's a superstar in the making, man. As soon as he tightens up, it's going to be game over for people. He's that good of a bodybuilder. Like I said this morning, I never realized how big he is. Like his side chest shot is just dense.
Well, that's new muscle. He wasn't that big last year.
No, not
that's kind of a new phenomenon for him.
And when he finally brings out muscle and conditioning, it's going to be a scary sight for people. It's going to be very, very nice to see because he's got everything he needs. He's got all the tools.
Absolutely. 3rd place, Max Charles. Max always looks great. Probably could have been a little tighter in the glutes and the hams. It's like, you know, you could say that about almost everybody these days. But especially in this show, it was noticeable because so many guys brought the glutes and hams. Like Peter said, I was very impressed overall with the level of conditioning at this show. It's higher than, geez, I even like the Arnold a few months ago, I didn't see this many guys in shape. So let's just talk about the top 2 because it was a battle. I had no idea what the judges were going to do with these 2. Alexis looked amazing. Sergio looked great. Sergio was so pumped. I mean, he looked like he was flying high. He was screaming and pumping his fist and clapping. And, yeah, they were all getting into it toward the end, but, wow, he really fought. He really wanted that win.
Dude, this was the loudest show I've been to in probably like 20 years. This is old school Night of Champions, crazy crowd. It was insane. Those 2 were battling. Like, Steve made them pose for so long. It wasn't
same poses over and over.
The same and they killed it. They held each thing. Sergio brings an excitement to the sport. Some people don't like his brashness. I love it, man. His personality is phenomenal. When he walks on stage, your eyes are drawn to him. That's what makes him so good. He was better than Chicago. I had no idea. It could have gone either way. It was that close. It had to be maybe a 1 or 2 point differential.
Yeah, I bet when we see it, it's going to be like 1 point.
Yeah, but this was like probably one of the most exciting shows I've been to, man. It was so, you were so pumped up. It actually made you want to go diet and skip the after party. Not going to, but.
I don't think there is an after party, but go ahead.
No, but it was one of the best shows I've been to. Everybody brought their condition. Alexis was just, and the longer he posed tonight, he got fuller and harder. It was right before your eyes. Yeah. His ab thigh, the striations in his quads. I don't know how you get it on video, how it looks, but in person, it was insane. Yeah. It was insane, man.
And like you said, the crowd was nuts because Puerto Rico's not that far away from Tampa, Florida. It's like a, what, 10-minute flight or something. So there was a lot of support out in the crowd for him. The people went ballistic when he won. So much happiness and joy when that guy. What we would have heard in Chicago if Sergio had won. I mean, those people were ready to celebrate, but it just unfortunately didn't happen. But you know, congrats to Alexis on the win. Well deserved, hard fought, great show, way better than I expected it to be, and that's usually not the case. A lot of times I'm kind of let down by shows. This was a total opposite. Mike Cox, I got to thank you for the coverage. You did a great job.
Appreciate it, bro.
I'm so glad
Had a
because
blast.
when I do these things alone, it's rough. I'm awkward. Yeah. What? I got who? I got you? Okay. I got Hector. I'm not alone. Sorry, Hector. I didn't mean it that way. But so that's going to wrap it up for our coverage of the Tampa Pro for MuscleDevelopment.com. Coverage brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Check out all the other videos. Check out Hector's contest photos in the gallery. The interviews we did. Lots of good stuff. Keep watching. Posing videos? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What, fitness girls too?
Just look at all the videos, people.
Look,
And that's all.
Sergio pose.
That's all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one.